Hello dear people, welcome to a new video of the Land of Slow Living. In this video I will take you around my late summer garden and show you some new progress on our projects. We also have some exciting news to share with you all. In September Jonas started on the build of a cold smoker, so we would be able to experiment with smoking meat as a preservation method. We don't have a freezer running in the winter time, so it would be nice to discover some old techniques and learn to use them for our winter food storage. We had beautiful late summer weather throughout September, and the sun blessed us with those intriguing water reflections on the outside and the inside of our house. Somehow they provided a real sense of well-being to my senses. Jonas also started on the new goat stable, which will be a covered space for them to eat hay in the winter time. The plastic buckets with the wooden lids are being moved underneath the shelter of this small roof. Last year we stored carrots and potatoes in here, but had trouble with the massive amount of snow piling on top of them. So now we hope things are improved and our produce keeps fresh with this simple solution. Next year we will also add walls here to keep them out of the sun and slightly insulate the space. Before all the summer beauty disappears, and I know that time is very near, I'll take you along my garden this year and see what's growing at the moment. Firstly, I'm focusing on swapping some annual beds into a more perennial system. I only buy plants in discount, and last week I found a good deal on some strawberry plants. Very pleased with how my carrots turned out this year, but I do seem to like the soil and conditions here. I'm also always impressed by the amount of beans growing on these climbing varieties. Many are starting to produce seed now, so I'm harvesting the last bunch suitable for eating. I planted a lot of pumpkin plants, but only a dozen or so made it. Not a great harvest for sweet corn this year compared to previous seasons. Few have formed a decent cone, but the ones that did were very tasty and useful additions to our lunchtime. I also tried out this new variety of pumpkin, which makes the funniest of shapes, a bit like a snake. It is one that is used traditionally in more southern countries to use as feed for animals throughout the winter time, and I thought I'd give it a go here. Inside the greenhouse, it's a proper jungle now at the moment. I haven't been here in a while, and I brought my scissors to do some quick pruning here. There are still quite a few tomatoes ripening. Next to the greenhouse I planted 8 or so butternut pumpkins with the raspberries, and these have gone wild. It took ages for them to make flowers though, so I haven't seen that many pumpkins here as I hoped. Potato beds are ready to be harvested. I'm definitely pleased by the amount of earthworms I see in the moist earth compared to previous years. These hard workers are doing their best here, transforming raw material into humus. The other beds on this side of the garden are a combination of kales, cabbages, some beets and chards. All things we will be eating fresh until the snow arrives. The big hugo mounds in front of the cabin are finally completely covered by perennial plants now in season 3. There is a mixture of ornamentals here with herbs and medicinals. The comfrey root cuttings I planted here on the backside have grown into beautiful big comfrey plants that have been very useful, especially as feed for the rabbits. I'll hope to multiply them threefold by next year, because they are such productive plants with many benefits. Currently I'm hoping to visually improve the looks of my small kitchen herb garden by adding big boulders as edges. And also widen the beds a little so there is more space for more plants I find in the discount racks around this time of year. Time to take the harvest and do something useful with it. Currently there is some onions and beet fermenting on the counter. It's so satisfying to fill up this little pantry space here in the back corner of our cabin. In the beginning of this year I had set forth a big intention for this year with this woodblock I made back then, featuring a couple nestled cozy in a bed in a round dome greenhouse. Some people asked in the comments of that video if I was pregnant. Not at that time, but 4 months later I became pregnant, and now I carry a little girl in my fast-growing belly. I don't know where the time went, but here we are at 6 months already. Many plans for woodcuts, renovation projects and videos went to the side though, whilst navigating this new territory into motherhood. This phase for me has been a real slowing down, resting and preparation time. In some sense that made me irritated, as I would have loved to be more productive. On the other hand, I'm so grateful there is space and time to ease into this new chapter of our lives. I mainly kept up with the daily chores and maintenance this place requires, and most additional energy went into growing and preserving food and building upon the existing systems. It's an exciting journey though, and I'm learning new things every day now about natural childbirth, and we're both thrilled a new member is joining our life. The smoker is nearing completion now.
Op zich is deze de beste plek, denk ik, maar die gaat weer net slecht.
Jonas also added a handmade rain gutter to the front of the house, connected to the pond. It's made from wood to not interfere too much with the vibe of the cabin, and inside it's lined with rubber liner. Now the temperatures are going down and we are approaching winter time. Our cat has suddenly become cuddly again. He sleeps with us upstairs at night time and is always looking for the warmest spot at any given time. We had to say goodbye to our handsome white buck as he became too dangerous to handle. His life will be respected though by using as much of his body as possible. Jonas is doing an attempt here at crafting an animal hide.
En nu hopen dat ik mijn frame niet te groot heb gemaakt, de koordjes te kort zijn.
The second roof is now ready to raise the solar panels on top. Things have shifted radically here in a few weeks. The end of September still felt like summer, and now some time ago the first night frost has arrived. It was so difficult finding hay for this winter. We ended up buying hay from last year that has been laying outside all that time. Not ideal, and the bales are not so easy to handle. But the core is still useful, and the goats have been enjoying their new diet of hay, forest autumn leaves and acorns lately. This bed in front of the greenhouse is slowly being taken over by a ground elder, which is a pain to get rid of. Now I'm transplanting my berries here and I'm adding Jerusalem artichokes in the back, with comfrey as a ground cover. My hope is that these strong plants will outcompete the ground elder, but let's see if that will work. Jonas has harvested branches from our forest to make up the roof structure for this building. Later we will add a liner and turn it into a green roof.
Dat je er zelf zou gekomen. De opening.
Nee.
Maar wel, ik denk nu centraal in het midden van het gebouw.
Ah, zo. Hij heeft wel iets. We will move our mama rabbit with the small ones into the greenhouse so they have a cozy space for this winter time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a blessed autumn and I hope to see you next time.